Pure color is superior color from lightning and nature, provides quality while respecting personal health and the earth. Pure color deposits rich, pure, lasting color. May be used as a demi or a permanent color. Pure color is hypoallergenic and is ammonia and PPD free. Pure color provides built-in bond building and is conditioning one-step lightening for blondes level 7 and up. Pure color lifts on tone and maximizes control by applying white, then becoming translucent while processing. Pure color has 3 major innovations. 1. Organic delivery, Babassu oil. Penetrating oil soothes processing while carrying color and oxidizer deep within the hair. 2. Built-in bond building. Certified amaranth protein simultaneously rebuilds structural bonds as hair is lightened and colored. Binds color to the hair's protein. 3. Enzyme cream activator. 7 volume, 20 volume, 30 volume, and 40 volume replaces traditional developers. ECA provides pectinase enzymes and moringa oil. When light hits the hair and the hair is clear of free radicals and protein is in alignment, it can be truly reflected, color, and provide maximum shine. Pure color is trend and quality inspired health conscious stylists and their guests. Use pure color to overlay, tone, base break, and cover gray. Achieve endless blends. Maximize creativity with pure color. Problems solved by pure color are achieving natural, bold, vibrant, conditioning, hypoallergenic color, free of ammonia and PPD. Achieve richer, longer lasting demis with superior gray blending as a permanent color experience or deeper conditioning and on-tone fading. Built-in bond building during colored lightning, maximum creativity with minimal inventory. Pure color is superior color and lightning from nature. Surface contour melt in blurred panels, creating diffusion at the root following the curvature of the head, perfect for contouring any face shape. We are going to first start by separating the black and the green zone. We're going to start on our right and left side ridges for the black zone and the green zone, following all the way back into the rear ridge. After we isolate our red zone, which is going to go all the way down on the right and the left side, we are going to begin in panel A, our blue zone, by dropping down the last 2 inches in the nape. Before we begin our A and our blue zone, it is important that we outline our subsection with our base formula before we lighten. We will be working with our 1 part 5R cherry, our 1 part 3N dark chocolate, and our 20 vol enzyme cream activator. As we begin to work in our nape section, we are going to work with foil. We want to work in a controlled environment and maximize our lift. So I'm going to separate her 2 inches into 2 sections because her density is a little bit thicker. And when we fold our foil, we want to make sure that the lip is living on the outside of the foil because we don't want to create any kind of dents or anything within the foil. Base color down just a little bit. And then we're going to use our Surface Pure Lightener. I'm using 1 part Surface Pure Lightener to 2 parts 30 vol enzyme cream activator. We want to give a generous amount. Make sure that it's purely saturated for maximum lift and control. Kiss the base formula. And then we're going to do a technique called the ballet brush. So we're going to use our Surface Bamboo Boar Bristle Brush and do a technique called the ballet brush. So we're going to work in the corner of our brush to create diffusion. So we want to diffuse the line, we don't want to blend the line. So I just did a 1, 2, 3 to lightly diffuse. After we are done, we're going to put the foil on top. We don't want to fold her ends in. We want to keep her hair healthy as possible. I'm going to take the second section, fold the foil, and make sure that the lip of the foil is living on the outside of the foil. Bring down her base, just a little bit locking that foil. Use a generous amount of surface lightener. Now, if she has thicker density, you do want to spread out the hair just a little bit. Just fan it out a little bit to make sure that it's purely getting saturated in there. Using our boar bristle brush, using our ballet brush. 1, 2, 3. Foil on top. Now that we're finished with panel A, we're going to work into our red zone, working up from our nape up into our temple. Now that we are working in our red zone, we're going to come in and we're going to zig, creating a triangular shape. Triangular shape makes lines diffuse. Make sure that the lip of the foil is living on the outside of the foil. Our surface pure lightener. We're going to kiss the base color and really saturate those ends. Take our boar bristle brush and diffuse. Lay another foil on top. Now that we zigged, we're going to zag, creating that perfect diffusion in the hair. And we're going to continue this all the way up in the red zone, and we're also going to work on the other side of the red zone and continue to zig and zag. Now that we have finished zig and zagging through our red zones, we have used triangular sections to break up the color placement to give diffusion. We are going to color block in our black and our green zone, but remember to leave out an inch on top of the green zone for balayage. Now that we have finished color blocking our black and our green zone, we're going to work in zigzag partings like we did in our red zone and our first inch of our green zone in the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my surface detail brush and I'm going to charge my surface paddle. Since I am right-handed, I'm going to charge the left side of the paddle. Section, and I'm going to lightly color the base. I'm going to take the right side of my surface detail brush and swoop to the right to give a nice clean parting. bit more of our base color. I'm gonna brush it up about an inch or so up. Okay. So I'm gonna pinch the hair and I'm just gonna lightly pat right on the edges here. Lightly pat on the right and the left. Just lightly kiss the base. Take a little bit more right to left. Come down and lightly pet the surface lightener. I'm going to do a technique called surface painting. So I'm going to come through and lightly just feather up, kissing the base, creating that diffusion. Lightly petting that through. Just going to charge my board a little bit more. And I want to take the corner of my surface paddle board, lay that piece of hair corner to corner, creating softness in the hair. A good amount of surface pure lightener, and I'm going to push that lightener on, really getting the product on there, really giving that pop of color in our surface contour melt. Lay that on top of the cellophane that we put over our color blocking. And I'm going to continue to do this technique through the first inch section of the green zone in our zigzag pattern. Now that we have finished applying on our contour melt, I'm going to let her finish processing, and then we are going to rinse, and I'm going to dry, and then we're going to do an overlay of 2.5 parts 9G honey and then 1/2 part 9C copper with 7-ball enzyme cream activator. Surface color veil, embracing that surface color veil with that pop of color. So we're going to begin by isolating the black in the green zone. So we created the shape of the black zone by creating a half circle. And what we did with that, with the green zone, is we just mirrored that image. So now that we have our circle center part, we are going to create 4 triangular subsections. As we begin our color veil, we are going to start in our blue and our red zones. We're going to be color blocking. Just like a house, we want to start to build our foundation up. So I'm going to begin to color block in the red and the blue zone. And our formula is going to be our 5NV truffle with our 20-ball enzyme cream activator. Now that we have finished our color blocking in our blue and our red zones, we are going to drop down a section in our triangular sections, and we are going to take our first section here. So what we're going to do is drag the tail of our comb across on the right, put your index finger on the left, follow through for a nice clean parting. Clip that out of the way. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to do our surface weave technique that we also use in our surface core cutting with our surface razor. We are going to pinch, and then we're going to weave up, down, up, down, up, down for a nice fine medium weave. We're going to take this section and clip it back. Take our first weave section. And the reason that we weave is that we want to break the line from the dark to the light. We don't want to see where the light and the dark stop, so we want to diffuse that line. Take our foil, make sure that the lip of the foil is on the outside. Don't want to create any creases. And we're going to take our base color and lock in that foil. we're going to take our Surface Pure Lightener 20 volts ECA. Really saturate those ends. And what we're going to want to do, let me spin her so you can see, is we're going to want to feather, lightly diffuse. Place foil on top. And the reason why we place foil on foil is we want to keep the integrity of the hair. Okay. Then we're going to take down our other weave section. Lay that on top of the foil. Now we're going to start our shadow technique, or surface shadow technique. So we're going to want to bring this down probably about 1.5 to 2 inches, depending on how deep the shadow that you want. And feather to diffuse that line. We want to diffuse our line. We don't necessarily want to blend it, because we still want that pop of color. Place foil on top. I'm going to do 1/4 inch partings. And this is where we begin our surface slicing. Take our base color, bring that down. And now we're gonna do what we call our surface slope technique. So what we wanna do is we wanna start sloping to the left, and then we're gonna start sloping to the right. And what that's gonna do is create diffusion throughout the hair. So make sure you can see. Take our base color and lightly slope, creating that slope line right there. Then we're going to take our pure blonde and really saturate those ends. We really want to see that pop of color. And really saturate and kiss the base. And really create that slope. And what we're going to do, we're going to use our sponge for our blurring technique. We're just going to lightly blur at that sloped angle. Place foil on top. Take another 1/4 inch section. Use our 5NB truffle, lock that foil in. In the previous foil, we sloped to the left. Now we're going to want to slope to the right to create that diffusion. Really saturate those ends. We're going to create that slope of color. Take our sponge and we're just going to lightly blur those lines. Place foil on top. We're going to continue the slope technique all the way to the top, and then we're going to continue around in our 3 triangular subsections. First 2 we're going to weave like we did, and then we're going to slice and slope. I have finished the 4 sub-triangular sections. I'm going to let her process. Then we're going to rinse her and dry her, and then we're going to do an overlay of 1 part 7R ruby and 1 part 9C copper with 20 vol ECA.